To many, Downingtown, Pennsylvania is where portions of the sci-fi classic The Blob were filmed in 1957. Although the top of the diner was hauled away in the early 1960s, the current eatery is still considered the home of the Blob. Other facets of Downingtown's past and present make it a charming borough in Chester County. Bustling with industry in colonial times, it was originally called Milltown. In the mid-1700s, Thomas Downing developed an industrial complex of mills. Eventually, the borough was named Downingtown after the businessman who was also a Quaker. This Friends Meeting House, still in use today, was built in the early 19th century, around the time of his daughter's wedding to John Thomas. Decades later, another Quaker, Zebulon Thomas, altered his home seen here on Lancaster Avenue to hide people fleeing enslavement as part of the Underground Railroad. 40 years after the 13th Amendment abolished slavery, the Reverend William A. Credit and John S. Trower founded the Downingtown Industrial and Agricultural School, originally for African American youth. Adam Clayton Powell Sr. was one of the earliest trustees. Until its closure in 1993, the school engendered many fond memories. In 2002, Delaware County Community College opened its Downingtown campus on the site of the former school, continuing the legacy of education. More currently, professional artist and resident Adrian Martinez has been working with the Downingtown Main Street Association and the Borough Council to help Downingtown reach its potential.
I think the history of Downingtown is essential to what Downingtown is today, how it sees itself today, and how it imagines itself in the future. This is a painting of 4 great botanists that all lived and worked at the same time in Chester County in the 18th century. They're all related. They were all Quakers. And the eldest was John Bartram, and he's depicted here. And he was more or less the mentor to his son, William, and his cousins, Humphrey and Moses Marshall. So this here is a younger generation of botanists. And he was the teacher and the spark plug, so to speak. Because of the imminent development, the primary focus of Downingtown Main Street, and I think most involved people in Downingtown in general, are seeing that now is the time for us to say who and what we are. It's no surprise, as a professional artist, I would want this place to be the art, not only the geographic center, but the art heartbeat of Chester County. Downingtown Fine Arts Festival. We brought artists from, I think it was 18 states. They came here from all as far away as California. The most important thing is, to me, the half-dozen residents that came up to me and said, Adrian, this is great. This is us. This is the place art should be. Originally, we functioned as a crossroads, as a farm-to-market center and light manufacturing. Now what are we? Well, we're going to change more in the next 5 years than we have in the last 50. The train station in Downingtown, there's no way they can make that OSHA compliant, so that they'll just move it to this perfect area. They're moving the train station from the west side of town to the center of town. There is 64 undeveloped acres of a former factory that's been closed down. It'll be mixed use, residential, high-end retail. That'll be in the center of Downingtown. Yeah, this is a very exciting time to be in Downingtown. It's a very exciting time to be part of Downingtown Main Street. But I think how I would define Downingtown today, right this minute, is tremendous potential. Those 2 words, tremendous potential.